Hey everybody, happy Wednesday, July 10th. Welcome to Coffee and a Card. I still have a little bit of a gravelly voice today, but I did grab a lozenge before I came on. I'm still kind of recovering from the crud, but I am feeling much better today. And I hope you all are doing well. If you're here, please make sure to say hello. I apologize that I didn't come on this morning. I like to do Coffee and a Card on Wednesday mornings, but with this crud that I've been having, my mornings are kind of a slow go. I had a very late night, didn't sleep well, so thanks for understanding. Today we're going to make something. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to use the Hello Harvest bundle that is in the Stampin' Up! Holiday mini catalog. And if you do not have a mini catalog, please let me know and I will get one out to you. But I just love this harvest theme, and the paper that I'm using coordinates very well with that. It is the Rustic Harvest paper, and I'm going to use this print today. I've been making some Halloween items, and I thought, well, let's try more of a fall themed project today. I love that paper. Also, remember Celebration ends at the end of the month. That is a free item with every increment of $50 purchase, and when you use my hostess code, you'll receive a free gift from me when you place an order of $50 or more during the month. So please do that. It helps me out, and it helps you out. Hi Donna, I love that paper as well. We're not going to make a card, and I should have grabbed, I have a card that I made using this, and I meant to grab it, but we'll show it later, maybe. Like I said, I'm not running on a full throttle quite yet. But I used to make these all the time. And these are little lollipop, I call them lollipop or suckers, probably depending on what part of the country you're from. This one I made very definitely Halloween, and I used the Bewitching bundle to do that. It's got a little Tootsie Pop in there. This one has a little cinnamon square. I found that at Hobby Lobby. I love cinnamon bears, and I thought I might like that cinnamon sucker. I picked it up at the checkout lane at Hobby Lobby. But it is more of a fall or harvest themed one, although I did use the orange and black. I think I changed my plan in the middle of it. I thought these would make really sweet little table settings at your holiday table, at your Thanksgiving table. Instead of using the grateful, you could put names and use them as a place setting, or just set them at the table. They also make great class gifts, coworker little surprises for coworkers. So this is more of a harvest one, and we are going to make another harvest one using the same bundle, the Hello Harvest bundle. And to make these little lollipop holders, they're so simple. You need an 8.5 by 2 inch piece of cardstock. I'm using basic black to I coordinate with my designer series paper. And then I cut my designer series paper down to 1 3/4 by 8 1/4. So this is just an option. You don't have to put the designer series paper on here. You could just do it with the the cardstock. I think it kind of dresses it up a little bit. That would make a cute little bookmarker. This one I did not use designer series paper. I just used the plain cardstock. So the designer series paper step is just an option. And the measurements and everything will be up on my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, shortly after I get off today, off the live here. Okay, I am going to now score this. Got my cheat sheet, 2 3/8. Four and 1/8. And 6 1/2. Okay, and that's all the scoring we're going to do. If you wanted to make a bunch of these at one time, you could score your 8 1/2 by 11-inch piece of cardstock all at once and then trim off 2-inch strips all the way down. And you could mass produce it that way. After we fold the on the score lines, it's going to look like this, and it's going to make like a little triangle TP. You could round these corners if you want. I didn't choose to do that because we're going to cover it up anyway. The next thing you're going to want to do is to put a hole with a hole punch, or you could use a paper piercing tool. And I'm going to grab a pen real quick. I'll make sure my pumpkins are going the right way. I don't think it matters. So the center is 1 inch. This is probably a little overkill, but I could have eyeballed that. Since I've got 2 layers, it's a little more difficult to. And then you're going to just take your lollipop or sucker and feed it through that hole, and then it's going to close up like that. Now, it's kind of helpful to put a little mini glue dot on the bottom of that wrapper, just so it doesn't dance around, but that's optional as well. Okay, now you're going to want to use a pretty sturdy adhesive. I'm using some multi-purpose liquid glue. You'd want to use some tear and tape or some Stamp and Seal Plus. I think that's pretty just the way it is. You could put a bow right there and maybe the little grateful sentiment right on there. But we're going to dress it up a little bit. That's how easy those are. I am going to stamp this image. We'll do a little coloring onto a piece of basic white, and I'm going to use my Stamp and Blend markers. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to use Memento ink so that the ink will not blur or run when I color this in. And then we're going to die cut it out. And I pulled colors from the designer series paper, so I am using Cajun Craze. I'm just going to color this real quick with the light and dark Cajun Craze Stamp and Blend markers. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I like coloring with the Stampin' Blends because they are alcohol markers and you don't get the brush marks like you do with our Stampin' Write markers, which are water-based markers. Okay, I'm going to come in with my darker one, and just where the image has already done the work for me, I'm going to just kind of shadow and shade this in with the darker marker. And then I will just kind of blend that in a little bit more with the lighter. And then I just took the bronze Stampin' Write marker to color in the stem. Kind of went overboard there. And then I'm going to take the coordinating die here. And we're just going to cut this out. This will work in my mini. Okay. And then I'm just going to pop my little pumpkin on there with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm thinking as I go. No, I don't want to do that. I had an idea, but I changed my mind. Okay, and then I went ahead and cut out with some other dies from the bundle these little green stems. Wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. I want to use more than one. I don't think I want to use that one. I think I'm just going to use one, but we'll see what happens here. I'm just going to use a little dot of multi-purpose liquid glue. I cut these out of Mossy Meadow cardstock. It matches the designer series paper too. I got a little crazy with the glue there, but it will dry clear, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then I thought on this one I would tie a piece of crumb cake baker's twine from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. I can either tie it on the pumpkin or tie it on the little lollipop stick. I think I'm going to tie it on the lollipop stick, just to kind of dress that up a little bit. I'm going to do a double bow like I did on my little witch's hat one. This will give it that little rustic look. Me and my fingers, if me and my fingers can cooperate here, I'll probably cut this too short. We're going to do it. There we go. I didn't mean for that to float. Let's try this again. Now I've got a big mess. Well, I will fix that later. Oh, I'm going to do it this way. With a little bit of extra. Live television, right? Here we go. This is going to work. Oh, there we go. I needed more of that baker's twine anyway. There we go. So we've got this cute little rustic baker's twine crumb cake colored baker's twine bow on here, double bow. I still think I need something right there. Let's go ahead and add a sentiment. I picked out from the Cottage Wreaths bundle this grateful sentiment. And I think that would be really cute if I did it in the Cajun Craze. So I'm going to grab my Cajun Craze ink. I like that. Okay, now we're just gonna, actually, let's do it this way. On this one, I kind of outlined it. You know, I just cut it out with my little paper snips. But on this one, I think I'm just gonna put it on just a little strip. Hopefully this strip is wide enough. I think it is. There we go. I'm going to flag, I think, both ends. Whoops. Oh, that's okay. And we're going to just stick that on there with a little bit of glue. Here. I think I'll trim our ribbons a little bit, or our twine. There we go. Okay, that's how simple that is. So those are our little, I call them lollipop treat holders, sucker treat holders. Here's one that is very exclusive Halloween. This one is more fall and harvest, and this one is definitely more fall and harvest. This is the, I made this pumpkin using these dies from the bundle. So there was hardly any stamping or anything on that. It was just mainly die cutting, and then there's the little stem that kind of disguised the sucker stick. Anyway, that is a little treat holder 3D project that they've been around for a while, but just don't ever forget about them because they're awfully cute, and they're great for all kinds of occasions. Like I said, I think they would make really cute table favors, and you would just decorate and embellish them with your theme. So that is today's project. The measurements and everything will be up over on my blog in about 30 minutes if you want to check that out. And if I can answer any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And you guys go and have a great rest of your week. I will see you Monday for Make It Monday. Happy stamping.